Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you most of my custom rainbow high stuff, and you can see some of it right here. So I'm going to start over here with this. This is the top part of Phaedra's swimsuit. I cut the bottom part off so I can use this like a shirt or jacket thingy without having the bottom part get in the way. This was part of a Barbie dress. It had the skirt part was like really poofy, kind of like with this material it made it poofy. And I cut it off because I didn't like it, so now I have just this shirt. This was is Ainsley's skirt. I just removed the threading there and made it this yellow. And I removed the there's like these little thingies here, buckles that I removed because I just thought they looked kind of silly. And then this was a part of a dress for a brand of doll that I don't remember the name of. It had like a yellowy gold top that I cut off. And then actually to make it hold it together here, I just glued it with like a combination of hot glue and I don't remember the brand of the other glue, but normal glue, because I don't like sewing very much. And these are Jet's tights. I tried dyeing them black. My first time with dyeing, everything I tried dyeing black turned green. And so a second time I dyed these with charcoal gray, and they turned out in this color. I'm not exactly sure if I like this color or even what this color is. It's hard to tell on camera, but it looks kind of like this greenish gray color. And then this is one of Gabriella's jackets. I actually had a second of her second outfit that I had found at a thrift store. And so I tried dyeing it purple. And as you can tell, it didn't work too well, but it is different than the original jacket that I have here for comparison. This one is more of like a greenish blue, and this is more of a purpley blue. I also removed this part on this one because it was already kind of coming up a bit on it, and I just fully removed it so it didn't look like it was actually damaged. Then this is Jet's jacket. I also had tried dyeing it black, but it was one of two things that came out looking purple, and then I just tried dyeing it again in purple and got this. I removed the little buckle thingies around the sleeve and just pulled out the belt here because they always came off of it anyway. This is one of my Chanel jackets. I cut off the poofy sleeves because I felt like they always dominated the jacket, so I wanted to have one where I could see how it looked without it, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. It looks kind of like there's gaping holes there, but at least it's not like overly poofy. This was a fur shawl thingy that came as a part in a set at the dollar store or Dollar Tree, like a clothing set for their Barbie doll thingies there. And so I used that. This was a pair of shoes from the acrylic closet. I think they're initially made for Jade, but I don't have any green dolls, so I painted it purple. And I found this glittery paint at Walmart. It was called, like the paint color was like holographic or something, and it ended up being clear glitter paint. And when put over black, the glitter looks like green. And so I just decided, why not coat these shoes in glitter? Because I like glitter. And then I painted on Violet's tennis shoes from the acrylic closet. Initially I didn't want to paint this part, but after accidentally getting paint on it, I ended up painting the whole thing. It's not the best paint job because I'm still like figuring out how to paint doll size stuff. So they're not very good. And then these were I think they were Sunny's shoes from the mystery shoe thingy. They're also a version of Georgia's. I tried painting on them, and as you can tell, the paint job is not the best. It's kind of sloppy because I don't paint very well on doll stuff, like I just said. And then this dress here I found at a craft fair, and it had initially been made for Barbies, but I did a bit of altering on this to make it fit rainbowhighdolls. This thing was meant to be a shawl, but since rainbowhighdolls don't have the same sized shoulders as Barbies, I use it as a little skirt thingy, as you can tell. This used to be a Barbie dress, and I just like folded down the sleeves and sewed them together to make it look like this, just sleeveless, and I use it as a rainbow high dress sometimes. And then this here is a dress I made. also doing the gluing instead of sewing. And the back is kind of ugly, but that's kind of how when I glue outfits together, they kind of look ugly in the back. But this was, I initially made it like a skirt, and I decided I wanted to make a top for it, so that was this. And then the seam was kind of ugly, so that's why this is here, because it just was ugly. Then this is Violet's second dress from Original Violet. It initially had like a little belt thingy here that I removed, and I removed the sleeve so it'd be more purple. And I like it a lot better now. I don't use it very often because I just find it hard to make it look good with outfits, but I do like the dress. And then this was a Barbie dress. It had some poofy sleeves. And initially I tried sewing down the poofiness, but then it made it harder to get it over rainbow high arms, so I just removed it. Then I shortened the dress. It used to be a lot longer, and I just trimmed it shorter. And as you can see, there's like some stains there from old usage or something. I don't know what stained it. Initially I had like a little bow thingy here, but it was kind of like bulky and kind of took up the dress and made it, I'm not sure the right word, but it was kind of dominating it. So I removed it, and it looks better now. And then I took a pair of Chanel's furry shoes, and I peeled the fur off, as you can see here. And I like it a lot better without the fur. I was just never really a fan of the shoes with the fur, which is why I removed them. This is actually the second pair I removed them from. The first pair you'll see a little bit later. Okay, so here are my non-custom dolls wearing some custom clothes. First we have Tiara Song. She is wearing, this is I've turned it into a shirt, but it used to be like an Elsa dress for an Elsa Barbie, and I just made it into a shirt like I just said, because I didn't like the bottom because it looked too much like an Elsa dress, and I didn't really want my rainbowhighdolls looking like they're wearing an Elsa dress. Then the skirt here is another thing I made, mostly using glue, and I did some sewing at the top because it didn't stay on them well enough, or no, it did stay on, it just was like baggy. That's the word I was looking for. Then these shoes here also came with the acrylic closet. They used to be Skylar's, and they had the word rainbow written all over them, and I just didn't care for it, so I painted it this shimmery blue, as you can see. And the paint job in this is definitely better than some of the other stuff I showed, but that's because I only was doing one color. And then here, on my long-haired Chanel, she's wearing this dress here I found at a thrift store. It also belonged to a Barbie. It does not fully fit well in the back, like it's just kind of open a bit, but it's hard to notice when you have them like that, when you're not taking photos of their back. It does go a bit high up, so you have to so it kind of works like a shirt, so you either would have to have them holding that part down with their hands in front of it like that, so you can't tell, or have them wearing like tights or something. And then here on Haley, she's wearing a shirt that I also made using that gluing thing. Then this was one of my Chanel belts that I hot glued a gem onto because I wanted one that was a bit more fancy. And then here on Laurel, she's wearing her shirt, but I removed the sleeves because the sleeves were just made it kind of ugly looking, and after removing it, these sleeves kind of resembled an elephant. The bow is like the ear and the sleeve part the trunk. And then the shoes here, these also are from the mystery shoe box thingies. I removed the little orange tag there, and then I painted over this part with gold because it used to be clear. It would just made it hard to notice that it was gold shoes. And then for my first custom doll wearing custom stuff, we have Holly. And now I didn't do much customizing other than she had some yellow there and there that I painted on, and that used to be pink and I painted it purple, just because I didn't think it was fair how Laurel got to be only warm tone, but Holly, she's supposed to be all cool tones but had a bit of warm tone, so I changed that. And then I removed these sleeves off of her shirt because again, they were kind of silly looking. Then these are the other pair of Chanel shoes that I removed the fur off of, and I glued these little gems onto them because I wanted them to look all fancy. And then next is my other Chanel, whose hair I've just cut short, as you can see. That's really all I've done to her, is trimmed her hair. I've considered painting on her or maybe trying an eye swap or something, but for now I'm not going to do that because I still like her enough where I don't want to risk ruining her by messing with her eyeballs. And that is my cat trying to get in my room right now so she can jump on stuff. So just ignore that. Then this is Melanie, and her hair used to be curly, as you probably know, but I didn't really care for the curliness of the hair. Like, I don't have anything against curly haired people, it's just, it's hard to play with like curly haired dolls and do stuff with their hair when you can't brush it. So I tried brushing it out, and then I tried the hot water treatment, and it's like more wavy now. And then I had these nail arts that I stuck on her to use as like tattoos or markings or something. So she has that one there, and that one there. And you can tell on her arm, hold on, let me get that. I have some here, just kind of here, and I gave her like a hand one because I just thought that would look cool. I'm trying to make it so that they're easy to see without reflections, but why is her arm like that? It's hard. And then she has these ones here and here, and I kind of went a tiny bit crazy with them because she's the only doll I wanted to do tattoos to, because we only had gold ones. If I get silver ones, I will put them on my short-haired Chanel, but for now I just have the gold ones. And you can tell her leg ones here. I'm getting things out of frame, but you can see them. And these shoes also came with the acrylic closet, and all I did was I painted on the word that said rainbow. I painted it in gold because I didn't like how the word rainbow was in rainbow. Like, I know that makes sense, I just wasn't really a fan of the too much. I felt like it was just too much colors, and I like to keep things very limited color for color scheme, just because I don't like a lot of colors. Then here is Crystal. I have painted over her makeup because I always felt like her makeup, there's something about it that just made her look kind of silly, I guess. And after painting over it, I realized that was just the white just didn't look good. And so you can see, and I also painted on her lips because I didn't like the shading style that series 1 and 2 of Rainbow High had for their lips. So I did my best to get her lips painted. And as you can tell, there are some very noticeable out of line things, but that's because I'm still learning how to customize Rainbow High dolls. Then next we have Veronica, and I painted over her makeup because I felt like the oil spill was too rainbowy, and for the shadowhigh twins, they're like against Rainbow High, so I gave them more of a dark thing, and I gave them that clear glitter. And then you can see the other glitter marks. That's because at Hobby Lobby I found this paints where it was clear with like giant chunks of glitter in it, so I gave Veronica the purple and pink one, and then you'll see what I gave Naomi in a moment. Then these were Chanel socks, and I cut the toe part off to use as these little sleeve thingies. I actually did it to both pairs because I liked it so much, because I could never felt like Chanel socks would look right with any outfit I tried, and then after turning them into this, it looks a lot better, in my opinion. Then this here, I'm not really sure what it used to be. I found it on a thrift store Draculaura Monster High doll, and it didn't fit them, but it looks like it's kind of a dress or something because it has those little sleeve holes. But it fits really well as either a skirt or a very weird, not weird, but as a shirt too, but it looks better as a skirt. And then these tights here are from Etsy. I got them there because when I got Crystal, her tights came with a hole, like probably like right about here, and I wanted to get a pair of tights to replace that. Now these aren't perfect replacements, but they're good enough so that hole doesn't bug me anymore. The next is Naomi, and as I already mentioned, I've painted over their makeup, and Naomi has the other type of glitter, which was black and then dark blue. And yeah, I did that. Then this dress here was that second Gabriella dress I had, and I dyed it purple, and I really like how it turned out, how only part of it dyed, because it's a really cool effect. Then these tights belong to Winter Break Violet, and I didn't really like how they're like the same color as her flesh, because you can only use them on other dolls with that same skin color without it looking weird. So I dyed it purple, and I like it a lot better. And then these shoes are Ainsley's, and I painted over the gold part silver, because all the dolls who are purple, almost all of them have silver details, and then so the gold ones are really hard to match with it because I don't like mixing gold and silver. So I painted over these with silver, and I think it looks a lot better. The shoes now remind me of like galaxies or something. So, yeah. Next is my custom Jet. So I had tried dyeing the rainbow part of her hair black, and I tried to keep the purple and blue streaks. The first time I dyed, it came out green, and I didn't like that, so after I figured out how to get things properly black because someone on Instagram told me that you use charcoal gray dye if it doesn't dye properly the first time, and so I did. And then in the dyeing process, some of the blue and purple streaks kind of looked a bit dyed, so I just full on dyed them purple. And then after finishing dyeing her bangs looked still a bit of green on this side, so I just plucked them out. And so that's her. And then her skirt is another one of the ones that I made using glue. And then this necklace was a Barbie necklace I found at a thrift store. Next is my custom Phaedra. Now I like Phaedra's hair the way it was before as well, but as I mentioned earlier, it's hard to match the purple with dolls with gold metals when most of the purple has silver metals. And since Phaedra had yellow and purple in her hair, it made it really hard to get her in nice clothes. So first I tried trimming it, and then that still didn't work, so I dyed it purple, and then made it shorter. And then I painted on her hairs and her eye makeup because there was still a bit of yellow showing, and it still made it hard for the dressing. And then I also painted all of her nails purple, as you can see. And then this top thingy here is also a Barbie thing, I think. I found it at a thrift store, and it fits Rainbow High. Then these shoes also belong to Ainsley. This part used to be clear, but I painted it black, so it would be like more noticeable, because before it made it look kind of like she wasn't wearing shoes because it was clear, and now it's not. Next is probably one of my favorite customs. This used to be a Violet. I trimmed her hair when I first got her because I like how Violet looked with short hair. Then when I was dyeing Jet, I decided to dye Violet's hair because why not? And it came out this green, and I liked it, and so I kept it like that. But I don't have any dolls of green, so I decided to turn it into a Christmas present for my mom. So I made this shirt for her, and this skirt I found at the bins. This necklace I made out of clay. And for clarification on what the bins are, it's a Goodwill thrift store, kind of like a combination of dumpster diving and a thrift store. And then these shoes I also found there, and I had spray painted them black, and then they were kind of sticky, so I painted over them with a shimmery black. I don't know if I already said this, but they used to be Emmy's boots. And then you can notice that there's obviously more paint on her, and that was done after I had given her to my mom for Christmas, because then when I got into painting dolls, she said I could do some painting on this one. So I tried painting her eyebrows to not be purple. I redid her makeup and lips. And then I made some black smudges on her face, and I didn't like it, so I tried covering them with a shimmery green, sparkly green. And then I had the idea to turn her into a dragon girl, as you can see. And I think it turned out really cool. It's a dragon spots, but it does look a bit weird in the process. She looked kind of diseased when I had just painted on the green spots. And then the last custom one I have is Ainsley. Now I had initially painted over her makeup, then I made it a sparkly black. And I decided to make her eyelashes purple, because I kind of took inspiration from how Demi has the black with the white eyelashes, and then she has that glitter. And I decided I really liked how Violet looked as a dragon, so I turned Ainsley into a dragon with more dragon spots, because my Ainsley, she had come with some stains in this area on her arms. Now she's stain free and a dragon girl. And you can also notice that her leg is a bit crooked. That was a defect she had when I got her, but I decided I actually kind of liked the defect because it made her unique, and so now I have her like that. And so that is all of my custom dolls. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you for watching, and hopefully Nora trying to get in my room isn't disturbing sounding. She's just a cat. Anyway, bye. And here is Nora, the cat that was making all that scratching sound. She is now happy to be in my room. But this is what was making that sound. Just so you know, it's not like I was abusing her. I just had to lock her, close the door to keep her out of my room because she likes to jump on stuff. So I had to lock her out temporarily. And then she was trying to get in so she could jump on stuff. Anyway, so here she is, my sweet little Nora Loaf, as I call her. Nora, say bye. Okay, bye.